strong standing postures, strengthening our hips, and bringing our mind to this present moment. A yoga block might come in handy today, so if you have one, great. Come down onto your hands and your knees. Bring your big toes together. Take your knees a bit wider than your ribs. Take the arms forward. Just let your forehead rest on the mat. Relax your arms. And just begin to relax all of the muscles in your face. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. See if you can let go of all of that unneeded tension. The back of your neck, your jaw, your low back, wherever you might store that tension. I'm just going to use that Ujjayi breath throughout our practice today. Slightly restricting the muscles in the back of your throat. Create that ocean wave, or as my husband calls it, Darth Vader sound. Try to lengthen those inhalations so they're just as long as the exhalations. Now upon that next inhalation, begin to stretch your arms forward so your palms are flat on the mat. Your arms lift up off the mat. Look forward. And exhale, lift your butt up, tuck your toes under, find downward facing dog. We're looking for that upside down V shape. Look forward at your hands. Make sure the index fingers point forward. Your hands are shoulders distance. Strong foundation here. Now relax your head. Shake your head from side to side. Spread your shoulder blades. And hold everything else up by drawing your belly into the spine. What I love about down dog is that it is a simple pose, but it requires full body engagement. So once you begin to understand how the arms engage, firming the forearms in, spreading the shoulder blades wide, and holding everything from the core, drawing the ribs in, then you can begin to use down dog. It's almost like a resting pose. But of course, if you find it to be a bit challenging, you can always take a rest at any time in child's pose. Take one vinyasa together. Simple movements, taking the shoulders over the wrists, making sure that your shoulder blades and your sit bones are aligned. Make sure that your butt doesn't sag either, so really draw the ribs in, tailbone to heels. Now inhale, shift forward on your toes. If you know that you need to modify, put your knees down instead of lifting them up, and lower down, bending the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Lift the knees up off the ground. Lift the thighs away from the ground. Just pull the shoulder tips back. Maybe even see the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Return to your breath. Upon your next inhalation, move your left foot to the middle of the mat and reach your right leg up and back. Go ahead and bend the knee, open the hip. Now the tendency here is to open your heart towards the right. Let's square our shoulders, so keep your right shoulder in line with the left. Lift your right knee up as you keep equal weight in your hands. Even spread the toes in your right foot. Inhale. And exhale, come back to that plank pose. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. But this time, bring your right knee forward, as if you were going to bring it between the elbows. You should feel your core engage here. That's a good thing. Now lift your butt up a little bit higher. Try to create more space, and see if maybe that right foot can step forward between your hands. Doesn't quite get there. Use your right hand on the right ankle and step your right foot forward. Spin your left heel down. And if your right toes are 12 o'clock, I want your left toes to be pointing to about 10 o'clock on the clock. If you have a block handy, grab your block and place it to the inside of your right foot. If you don't have a block, you're going to put your right elbow on top of your right knee. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. If you've got that block, fingertips onto the block. From here, bend into that right knee. So your right knee is over the right ankle, but not beyond it. Make sure your left outer foot is pushing firmly into the mat. Now, just stay here for 3 breaths. Each time you inhale, imagine that you're inhaling length through that left arm up towards the sky. And each time you exhale, draw your ribs in, holding the pose from the midline. If you want a little more of a challenge, begin to take your gaze up towards those left fingertips. And maybe even allow your lips to curl up into a smile. Always helps. One more deep breath. Look down. Take your block out to the side once again, and inhale, keep the bend in the knee. Just lift your torso up into warrior two. One of my favorite standing postures. Really gets the lower body strong, keeps the arms working. Make sure to hold it from the midsection. Draw your ribs in. Look out over those right fingertips. You're a strong warrior here. Keep that nice deep bend in your right knee. Inhale, let your back body lift. And exhale, windmill your hands down towards the mat. Flatten your palms, come onto the ball of your left foot. Just step your right foot back into plank. Inhale, shift forward on your toes, knees up or down. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, untuck your toes for up dog. Keep your thighs lifted. Pull the shoulder tips back, maybe see the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, Yogi. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. Sigh it out. Feeling energized already. Now we'll balance it out with that left side. Bring your right foot to the midline and inhale, reach your left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. First, you'll notice that your heart wants to turn toward the left. Square your shoulders. Keep the weight equal in your hands. And inhale, lift your left knee up a little higher as you spread your left toes. Exhale, bring your shoulders over your wrists. Take your left knee forward as if it's going to come between the elbows. Firing up the core. Now inhale, lift your butt up high to your best ability. Step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. You're going to line it up heel to arch. If your left toes are 12 o'clock, your right toes are about 2. Grab your block if you have one, otherwise left elbow to the left knee. Right arm up towards the sky. You've got your block, left fingertips to the block. See if you can create one long line of energy from your left arm up through the right fingertips. Bend into your left knee so that the shin is in a straight line. Push into the outer edge of your right foot. Stretching the inner left groin. Now hold everything from the midsection. So draw your navel to the spine. And maybe challenge yourself a little more by looking up towards the right fingertips. One more deep breath. Push down through your feet as you inhale. Lift up into your warrior two. Bend deeply into that left knee if you lost it. Keep that back leg strong and firm. And reach out through the fingertips, even smiling across that right collarbone. As you inhale, think about your back ribs lifting. And as you exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper? Looking over your left fingertips, one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands down. If that block is still there, move it to the side. Plant your palms flat. Step your left foot back. Strong straight arms as you inhale, move forward on the tips of the toes. Knees up or down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Opening your heart to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you need a child's pose, come down. Otherwise, hold your downward facing dog. And just return your focus to your breath. We're going to flow in that manner a couple more times, adding in some more poses. Hopefully you get lost in the sequence, having fun, linking your breath with your movement. Move your left foot to the midline. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. Remember to keep equal weight in your hands, shoulders square. Inhale, right knee lifts up a little more, creating that deep stretch. Exhale, thigh to chest. Move your shoulders over your wrists. Lift your butt up as you inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward. If you need that block, bring it into the inside of the right foot. Spin your left heel down, heel to arch. We're going to use this alignment, this heel to arch alignment, throughout our flow today. Right hand to the block or right elbow to the right knee. Inhale, stretch that left arm up towards the sky. Shortening how long we stay here. You're going to push down through that right foot and inhale, lift back up into warrior two. Inhale, just try to lengthen your spine as you exhale, sink a bit deeper. This time, flip your right palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. One of my favorite ways to stretch the side of the body. Now, the weight on that left leg with your left hand is really light. See if you can bend a tad bit deeper. And as you inhale, stretch back with your right fingertips a little bit more, as if someone's pulling on those right fingertips. Now, you deserve it. Inhale, straighten your right leg. You should feel really good. Exhale into triangle pose. So lean your right fingertips forward, keeping that right leg straight. Draw the outer right hip back. If that block is still there, you might want to move it directly underneath the right shoulder. And if you don't have a block, take your right hand to your right shin. Just don't put too much weight on the shin. And inhale, stretch that left arm up towards the sky. 3 breaths here. It's the same thing as we did in Konasana, that first pose that we did with the knee bent, except this time the leg is straight. Draw the ribs in, tailbone back towards that left heel, and just smile across your collarbones. Look up if you can. Look down as you inhale. Bend into that right knee and back into warrior two, that strong warrior stance. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Put the block off to the side, back to that plank pose. Knees up or down, shift forward on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, Yogi. Let's get straight to the other side. Step your right foot to the middle of the mat. Inhale, left leg rises up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. Keep the shoulders squared. Inhale, lift your left knee up a little bit more. Exhale, light plank pose. Shift the shoulders over the wrist. Knee comes forward to fire up the core. Inhale, lift your butt up high. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Right heel spins down. Left heel in line with right arch. We're going to use that alignment throughout our standing poses. Take the block to the inside of the left foot. Either fingertips to the block or elbow to the knee. Inhale, stretch the right arm up. As you exhale, remember the belly, ribs in. Maybe look up. Push down through your feet. Inhale, rise up into warrior two. As you exhale, sink down a little bit deeper. Let your legs work. Flip your left palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Make sure your left knee still points directly forward. It's not turning in towards the right. Right fingertips are pretty light on that right leg. As you inhale, lengthen to the left side body, maybe even look up. Straighten your left leg. As you exhale, triangle pose. So lean the left fingertips forward as if you're serving a platter. Draw that outer left hip back and in towards the midline. And the left fingertips come down to the block, underneath the left shoulder or to your left shin. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. See if you can create that long line of energy from the left arm up through the right arm. Draw the navel to the spine. You'll feel a nice stretch in that right side body. Looking up towards the sky. If you're practicing outside like me, you'll feel the warmth of the sun on your face. It feels so good. Now inhale, back to your warrior two. Bend into that left knee. As you exhale, windmill your hands down. Move the block to the side if you've got one. Step back into plank pose. Inhale, shift forward on the toes. Knees up or down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, Yogi. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. Open your mouth, side out. If you need to take a rest, child's pose is great. Otherwise, hold your down dog. Now we're building that ladder sequence. We started with 2 poses. Now we're at 4 or 5. We're going to continue to build, and then we'll flow together. If you're in child's pose, come on back to downward facing dog. From down dog, left foot to the midline. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back. Same entrance. Lift that right knee up as you inhale. Exhale, this time bring your right knee forward. Just step your right foot forward as far as you can. Spin your left heel down for heel to arch alignment. Take your right fingertips on the block, on the knee, or this time maybe to the ground on the inside of your right foot. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Konasana or side angle. Not here for too long, just moving through it. Push down through the feet. Inhale, lift up warrior two. And this pose always makes me smile. Looking over your right fingertips, draw the navel to the spine. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reverse. Taking the left fingertips to that left leg. Reaching up and back. Straighten your right leg. And exhale, lean forward with the right fingertips. Keep your right leg straight. And your right fingertips can go to the block, the right shin, or maybe the ground on the outside of the right foot. Stretch your left arm to the sky and possibly look up. Bend your right knee. Inhale, back to warrior two. We're going to add in half moon pose. You're going to balance on that right leg. If you have a block, grab your block. Place it in your right hand. And if you don't, that's okay. I'll show you how to modify. Lean forward with your right fingertips. Place your block on the ground in front of your right foot. And you're going to inhale, step up onto that right foot. Lift the left leg up. If you don't have a block, just put a micro bend in the right knee. Right fingertips come down. And if you feel confident that you can straighten the right leg, you can do so. Now find your balance by rooting down through all four corners of that right foot. It's perfectly normal to fall out from this pose. So I always think if you fall out, at least it means you're trying. Now flex your left foot. Make sure your left toes point towards the left and not up to the ceiling. Breathe here. You can just focus on the strength of that right hip. Or you can begin to challenge yourself by possibly looking forward, or maybe even up towards the sky. Inhale, look down, and exhale. Slowly step your left foot back, remove your block, come back into that warrior two pose. Inhale, find a little length in the back body. Exhale, windmill your hands down, step back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew, I can definitely feel the difference between my right and left side. And that's the amazing thing about yoga, is that it really does begin to show you your imbalances so that you can find balance through the practice. Take a deep inhalation. Sigh out. Make sure you're using that Ujjayi breath. Right foot steps to the midline. Inhale, left leg rises up and back. Bend your knee, open the hip. Exhale, use the belly, use the exhalation. Step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. Remember to align it, heel to arch alignment. Left fingertips to the inside of the left foot on a block or knee and elbow touch. Reach the right arm up. Possibly look up toward the ceiling. Begin to feel the feet rooting into the earth as you inhale. Lift up into warrior two. Bend deeply into your left knee. Make sure the left kneecap points forward. Flip your left palm. Inhale, reverse. Nothing in the lower body changes. Just the arms reaching back. Straighten that left leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Draw that left hip back. Bring your left fingertips down to the block, to the shin, or to the ground on the outside of the left foot. Draw your ribs into the spine. Maybe you look up towards the right fingertips. Bend into your left knee. Find warrior two once again. If you have that block, place it into your left hand. If not, you'll use a modification for your half moon by bending the left knee. Reach your left hand forward. Put it down in front of your left foot and step up onto your left foot, lifting your right foot to the sky. Flex your right foot. Make sure the toes on the right foot point towards the right and not up towards the sky. Now, root down through all four corners of your left foot. See if you can find that balance. Draw your navel in, and you might look towards the right, or possibly up towards the sky. And if you fall, know that it's completely normal. At least you were trying. Inhale, look down. Bend your left knee as you slowly step your right foot back into your warrior two. Place the block to the side. Inhale, lift the back ribs as the front ribs draw in. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Step back, plank pose. Fire up your belly as you shift forward on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job, yogi. You deserve a rest. So come down onto your knees. Take your big toes together and just take child's pose. Forehead on the mat. This time take your hands back next to your hips and just let your arms relax. Let the shoulder blades drop down to either side. And just give yourself a mental pat on the back for all of that hard work. And we've used a ladder sequence. We've put together our flow. Now we're going to flow one time together, really linking breath with movement and making it almost like a dance. Inhale, stretch the arms forward. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. So it's just one breath per movement. Try your best to listen to the cues so you don't have to look and get distracted. Stay in your practice. Left foot to the center of the mat. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Spin your left heel down, line it up, heel to arch, and take Parsvaktanasana, side angle. Right fingertips to the inside of the right foot, left arm up towards the sky, maybe even look up. Press down through the feet, inhale, rise up, warrior two, strong warrior. Flip your right palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Find the length of the right side body. Straighten your right leg as you exhale, triangle pose. Right fingertips to the block to the ground or to the shin. Left arm up towards the sky. Belly in. Bend into your right knee. Inhale, lift back up to your warrior two. Use a block or don't. Lean forward. Bring your right fingertips down and step up onto your right foot. Ardha Chandrasana or half moon pose. Flex your left foot. Firm your right hip into the midline. Draw your belly in. Inhale, slowly bend your right knee. Exhale, step your left foot back into warrior two. Windmill up. Find that strong warrior. Deep bend in the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Step your right foot backwards. Find that vinyasa together. Inhale, find up dog just to balance out the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's get right to the other side. Right foot to the center of the mat. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, use your belly. Step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. Line it up heel to arch for side angle pose. Left fingertips to the inside of the left foot. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Firmly press down through your feet. Inhale, lift up, warrior two. Bend deeply into that left knee. Flip your left palm. Inhale fully as you reverse your warrior. Stretch the left hip flexors. Straighten that left leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Left fingertips can be on the ground or on the left shin or maybe on a block. Look up towards your right fingertips. Draw your ribs in. Bend your left knee again back into warrior two as you inhale. As you exhale, lean the left fingertips forward and step up onto your left foot. Lift your right foot up, flex your right foot, and try to find that long line of energy once again from the left fingertips out through the right fingertips. Inhale fully. As you exhale, bend your left knee and slowly step your right foot back into your warrior two. Last time in a strong standing warrior. If you haven't yet, bring that left knee forward until the thigh is parallel to the ground. Go for the fullest expression of the pose. Look over your left fingertips, maybe even smile. Inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Step your left foot, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Last time. Inhale, upward facing dog. Smile across the collarbone, see the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job, yogi. One of my favorite ways to energize my body, dancing warrior flow. Now we're going to do some hip stretches. Should feel really good. Bring your left foot to the midline. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back. One more time on this side. Exhale, bring your right shin forward. So your right foot should go to the left side of the mat, right knee to the right side of the mat. Scoot your left foot back until you can bring your hip all the way down. Now, if this is not possible, you can bring your right foot a little bit closer to you and maybe even take that block underneath your right hip. Okay. Otherwise, right hip moves back towards the mat slightly. It's almost like a splits, but for the hips. Look back, make sure that your left heel is in line with the left sit bone, and try to square your shoulders and your hips to the front of the mat. And just because it feels good, untuck your left toes. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, slowly come down onto your forearms. It's totally fine to stay here, especially if this is pretty intense for your hips. Otherwise, if you need a little more of a stretch, you can take the arms forward and bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. Collect with that inhalation all of that tension that you don't need in your body. And open your mouth, try to let go. And like I said before, yoga is about balance. So we've worked our hips really hard. Now we're balancing it out by stretching them. Just take a few more breaths here. And if it helps, you'll imagine that you're inhaling that unneeded tension and letting go of it as you exhale. And take your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift back up. Sit onto your right hip and just swing your left leg out in front of you. Take the sole of your right foot to that left inner thigh, so it's like a tree pose, but you're seated. It's a little more comfortable. Flex both of your feet, and as you inhale, stretch your arms up towards the sky. Try to find length in the sides of your body. And exhale, pull down over your left leg. Grab a hold of what you can. You can reach your left foot, grab the sole of the left foot, and pull your chest forward. And if you can't, you can always hold on to your left calf or ankle. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and it's a bit of a twist here. So press your right ribs to the mat, lift your left ribs to the sky, and exhale, fold over. Maybe the forehead rests on the left shin or knee. Finding length in the left hamstring and in the right side body. And we'll turn this into a deeper twist. Inhale, look forward at your left foot. Take your left fingertips out towards the left so your left arm is straight. Your right hand goes to the outside of your left foot. Hold on to it. And if you can't reach, you can always hold on to the left ankle. Now inhale, lengthen and straighten both of your arms. Look past your left shoulder. You'll already feel that nice twist. Then as you exhale, pull with your left arm and see if you can bring your forehead to the outside of your left knee. It doesn't have to touch the ground. You'll already feel a nice twist in this motion. You can even create the twist or make it a little bit deeper by pressing the right ribs down and lifting the left ribs to the sky. And maybe one day the forehead touches the ground on the outside of your left leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit on up. Swing both legs out in front of you. Shake them out. We're just going to make our way back in a down dog. And I like to do a little bit of a rocking motion just to bring some fun into my practice. So hold on to your hamstrings, rock back one time, and see if you can cross your ankles and just step back into downward facing dog. And if that didn't work out, just step back. And do that simple down dog. Bring your right foot to the midline. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, bring that left shin forward into your pigeon prep. Left foot to the right side of the mat, left knee to the left side of the mat. Shimmy that right foot back until your left hip can come down. If it's too much, you can place a block underneath your left hip. That'll prop you up. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Make sure your right heel is in line with your right sit bone. And just because it feels good, once again, untuck your right toes. And exhale, fold forward over that left leg. Come down onto the forearms. You can stay here. Unless you want a little bit more, then you'll extend your arms forward and come down onto your forehead. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. Open your mouth. Let it go. And just find your Ujjayi breath. Scan your body with each inhalation, taking with you all that stuff that doesn't serve you. And trying your best to let it go. One more deep breath cycle. Take your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Inhale, sit up. Swing your right leg out in front of you as you shift onto that left hip. This time, sole of the left foot to the right inner thigh. Flex both of your feet. Stretch your arms to the sky. See if you can get a little bit taller. And exhale, fold forward over your right leg. Grab what you can. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Creating just a mild twist here. Lift your right ribs to the sky and press your left ribs to the mat. Now let's deepen that twist. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Take your right fingertips out towards the right so the arm is straight. Your left hand to the outside of your right foot. And now inhale, lengthen your heart. Straighten both of your arms. And you can gaze past your right shoulder. Feel that deep twist in that left side body. And now as you exhale, bend your left elbow and fold. Diving your forehead forward over that right leg and maybe to the outside of the right leg. Deepen the twist by lifting the right ribs to the ceiling, left ribs down to the ground, and fold over. One day, bringing your forehead to the ground on the outside of your right leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit up. Take both legs out in front of you for Dandasana, staff pose. Big toes touching, just a little space between the heels. Roll the inner thighs, put your hands down towards the mat, moving that junk out of the way. If you've got some junk there like I do, take your hands down flat on the mat and push down through the hands so that your heart and your spine lift up. Now inhale, stretch the arms towards the ceiling. And exhale, dive forward over your legs. Again, grabbing a hold of what you can. If you can hold your feet, pull the outer edges of your feet back. If not, you can hold your ankles. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, forehead drops down. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look forward. And exhale, slowly sit up and all the way onto your back. For that final resting pose, lie down. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Let them drop open. Open your palms to the sky. Relax your fingers. Close your eyes. We're about to take Shavasana, one of the most important poses in the practice. A pose where you really, truly reap the benefits of all of the hard work we've just done. We're going to take Shavasana together for 1 minute, and you're welcome to stay here longer. My name is Bri, and thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope to see you again soon right here in Daily Burn. Shavasana.